You know, I heard so many times, I will get into custom mechanical keyboards, but then you're just too loud. And they are, by the way. However, as all keyboard enthusiasts would know, there are silent switches which would get around your problem. This bad girl right here is the box being silenced from my boy Kailh, Kailh, or however you wanna pronounce it. As a starter, I would like you to know that good is relative. This is the best switch and in my opinion is objective. So, I hear you say, but mate, like what's the difference from just a linear? I mean, you just don't push the button down that far, right? Well, sound doesn't just come from the downstroke, but the upstroke too, dummy. These switches have a little sound dampening cushion on the stem to silence the down and upstroke of the switch. Oh, but mate, doesn't that just make the switch mushy? I mean, it's just a literal rubber, like a membrane keyboard. I don't want a membrane keyboard. Well, yes, I have experience with these switches, so I can tell you that the key feel is a lot softer. However, definitely not mushy, especially with the boxy pinks. This switch has a really light spring. It only requires 35 grams of force to actuate, meaning this is how much force you have to apply with your sausage fingers to the switch for it to do stuff on your computer. And a low 45 grams to just bottom out. This soft feel with these really light springs is an amazing experience. The stock smoothness of the switch gives even more to this gem. If you like a softer key feel, this might be your switch. Also, this might be the most personal and controversial part of the video, but I chose these because I just didn't want a boring MX style switch. The Gator and Silent Fights has almost the same stats, but I just really didn't want an MX style switch. These switches just feel more stiff, and also, since it's a box switch, it's water and dust proof. I never really tried a tactile switch before, but I'll definitely go with the brown variant of these keys if I want to get myself into the tactile silent switches. But now I know what you are craving for. You even looked at the timestamps for this part, and let's listen to a sound test. And also, let me give you a comparison between a looped Gator on Ink Black V2 and this silent switches, of course loop. Of course, a sound of a switch and the loudness doesn't transfer through the video. But I have to tell you, if you really want a comparison, these are silent. Like, I would even argue that these are more silent than a membrane keyboard, especially lube. The difference between an O-ring mod and a silent switch is night and day. While rings just make your key feel you're typing on a membrane or a really mushy board, the quiet boys just feel like, you know, a mechanical switch. And they, well, actually provide the proper muted sound. And the ring goes mute the bottom out, and the upstroke is just still there. There's none of that on a silent switch. Lubing, on the contrary, just boosts the things I adore on these switches. It makes it softer, it makes it quieter, it makes it better. Overall, what do you have to know about silence? They are much softer than a regular switch, and their sound is reduced enough that you can make a keyboard for your workplace or make one for home. If you're constantly anxious about your keyboard might waking up someone during the night, like I am, I can really recommend these Kailh switches. I would rate them 8 out of 10. Very good. Alright, if you liked, please drop a like. If you want to see a review of the Gator on Ink Black V2s, just sub it to me, click the bell and share the video with your friends. I really need exposure. Bye.